This is a good one to do after you did the Chiefs Challenge, or if you're going back on any of the videos and you do kind of a high intensity one. This will be great to do after the high intensity. But if you're going to do it separately, make sure you do a good one beforehand, because we're stretching the muscles. Okay, the muscles tend not to be pliable until heat, okay, is kind of built up in there. So spend a good 5 or 10 minutes doing a little bit of a warm-up. That's why I always emphasise the importance of perhaps doing a workout first where you're sweaty and your body temperature is already up, the muscles are already pliable, and then we can go into this stretching workout. A lot of the movements now are going to be static stretching, and we're going to try and push into those stretches a little bit. And this is a fantastic one, okay, to aid recovery and also to improve performance. It's something that I've been trying to do more and more of as I've got older, okay, and your body's kind of more susceptible to injury, okay, and that tension that I used to be able to put under my, on my muscles when I was younger, I can still do that, but I find that my recovery takes a lot longer. But when I stretch and I really work on my flexibility, it aids my recovery and it aids my performance, okay? So there's no warm-up on this, but make sure you do warm up either by doing one of the videos previously, or that Chiefs Challenge, or do a little bit of a warm-up yourself. Make sure the sweat's pumping a little bit. Right, okay, so I'm going to get into the first stretch. Okay, so it's a runner's lunge. So left leg, if you're shadowing me, put your left leg forwards. All right, it'll be my right leg as you look at it. And then bring the hand flat down. Okay, so it's called a runner's lunge. So what I'm doing here is I'm pushing down on this hip and I'm straightening that back leg up. And I'm just holding the posture. Now we're going to hold for about 20 to 30 seconds. And all I'm trying to do is gently push into that stretch reflex. So just hold it there. Really push that heel back on your right leg, it'll be. Alright, now bring this arm forwards like this. So you're going to kind of shoot over and forwards. You kind of want to brush your head. And what that'll do is it'll put pressure on your hamstring, but it's also stretching the shoulder joint. So hold that there for me. And again, just try and breathe. And it is very uncomfortable, this, and it is quite challenging. It's surprising how difficult these flexibility workouts are. Hold that for me. Good. Now bring the arm up now. So the palm comes up and you're opening out that shoulder, not like this, like this. Oh, feel that one. Oh yeah, it's a good one. Good. Oh, now drop on to one knee. Okay, if you've got a hard floor, I've got a mat there, but I'm just not going to use it. Okay, but if you want to use your mat, you can. Now straighten the front leg. Try and keep the foot flat on the floor. And then I'm trying to stretch my hamstring. Okay, now my leg, alright, typical footballer's hamstrings, I can't totally straighten it. If I had my toes off the ground, then it would straighten. But in this particular variation, I want to try and keep your foot on the floor, your foot flat on the floor. Some of you ladies probably be embarrassing me here now with your amazing flexibility. So hands flat. Now bring the toes off the floor, and you might feel it in your calf, back of your knee. You've got two main muscles in the back of your knee. So you probably feel them pulling, as well as obviously your hamstring. Just a few more seconds on this one. Swap sides. So the problem we have sometimes, we're very time conscious in our lives. So when we go to the gym, we do the workout, and then you might do a little like 2-minute warm down with the instructor, or you might not even bother. You just get off the treadmill or get off doing your weight session, and off you go. And that can have a real negative impact on performance and definitely on recovery. So it's something that you probably want to try and do on a regular basis and make an assertive effort to kind of spend 5-10 minutes after your session stretching your muscles. Okay, so really bend into it, hold that stretch. I'm pushing back on that heel. And again, we hold it 20-30 seconds. We call these developmental stretchings. Maintenance stretching you probably do in classes, in gyms, 10-15 seconds. but these developmental stretches are good. And what I find with this as well, bring that hand forwards for me. What I find with these ones is I don't get as much soreness the next day, which is great. I bring that arm up, this side's always worse, I'm terrible on the left side. So you find one side, it's always better than the other. Pull it up. Oh, that stretch. Trying to get into it a bit more. Trying to stay relaxed, that's it, I think. Yeah, come out that one a minute. Okay, bring that leg forwards. Although this leg is actually, I can get this one a bit straighter than I can my right leg. And you'll find that quite often. One side, certain muscles are more pliable than the others. And it's not always, you do have a dominant side, but it's not always the case that one side is as flexible as the other side. Sometimes like that shoulder wasn't quite as flexible to my right side, but this leg is a little bit more flexible than the other side. So you do get that. And you should really focus on those imbalances. I do try and do that, but it's one of them. It's something that you kind of think, yeah, do something, and then you forget to do it. Okay, so bring that toe up. In fact, I do a really good workout. Come on, that one, guys. That's hurting a bit too much, that one. With P90X, where the whole workout is focused purely on discovering imbalances on one side and the other, and they put you through like a 60-minute workout, and all the exercises like single leg stuff, single arm stuff, and they identify imbalances, and then once you've identified them, you can obviously think, okay, we can work on them and make them try and even them out a little bit, so your left side and your right side become kind of like equal in terms of strength and flexibility. Right, okay, so feet together. All right, point your toes away, and on this first one, just go back a little bit so you can see me. Just cup your knees, okay, the back of your knees with the palms of your hands. Okay, and all we're going to try and do on this one is just take our head forwards. Okay, so again, some of you might be able to go really deep. You've got a gymnastics background. Okay, so you might be really flexible, or like a dancing background. Usually, again, embarrass me on this one. So reach forwards and just hold the stretch. Fellas, you're probably the same as me now, thinking, oh, that hurts, that's killing. Can't go any further than that, but do try. Try and really get into the stretch reflex, and it will ease off, it will settle down, so it'll feel tight. And then as the muscle fibers stretch, okay, your body will respond to that, okay, physically, mentally and mechanically, and then you'll be able to get into it a little bit more. So push that head towards the knees, hold that stretch. Slowly come out of it for me. Just a little chest one. Bring the arm right back. That feels in your triceps a little bit as well. Really squeeze, so we're focusing here on anterior deltoid, pectoralis, okay, major and minor. And again, you might feel it in your triceps, and maybe even your biceps a little bit as well. Shoulder blades come together. It's quite a good stretch, this one. But what you tend to find a lot of people do, just do this, you just stretch. Well, there's nothing there, nothing's happening, I can't feel any stretch. It's only when I push into the stretch that I think, oh yeah, I can feel that. And I feel it settling down, I'll try and push into it a little bit more. Okay, so back to them shoulders. Okay, palms up. Now, try and keep your biceps close to your ears. And then push them shoulders back. I've been trying to get into the calisthenics for about 18 months, 2 years. So it's sort of like handstands and kind of pull-ups and little skills on bars. The one thing I'm still struggling with now is shoulder flexibility. So when I do a handstand, trying to get a totally straight handstand is an absolute nightmare for me. Unless I'm against the wall, I just can't do it because I've not got the mobility in my shoulders. Bit frustrating. I do work on it because calisthenics is quite an intense session to do. It takes like 3 or 4 days to recover from it. So we'll be doing everything else. I can't concentrate specifically on that one area, which is a little bit of a shame because I do enjoy the calisthenics. Okay, so now from the back of the knees, bring your hands to the calves, and straight away you should feel the stretch in a slightly different way. And then all I'm going to do is point my toes away, and then I'm just going to push myself forwards, and straight away I can feel the stretch reflex there. Ooh. Again, you go as deep as you feel you can, guys, alright? Alright, hold that stretch. Ooh. Yeah, beautiful. A good one as well when we're stretching like this to calm the mind is just to focus on your breathing. Yeah, so just close your eyes and just, one, it'll take the pain away a little bit, and two, it's almost like one of the therapeutic yoga workouts where you're just kind of clearing your mind of all the garbage. You know, you get the instructors that do them type of classes, and they start talking to you in a very slow, you know, calm voice. Next minute you're asleep and you're snoring your head off. So I can just feel it easing off, so I'm just going to try and push into it a little bit more. Oh yeah. And I'm slowly coming out of that one. Okay, so bring the hands back again. Palms flat on the floor. Now push the shoulders back now. Okay, so you see my shoulders moving back, so I'm retracting them. Alright, and this, again, it pulls them shoulders, the front anterior, deltoids, the chest, but also contracts those back muscles as well. You get a really nice stretch and contraction there. Just a few more seconds on this one. Good, now from there now, have the hands flat on the floor, and then bring the arms up like so, and then bring them together, and then from there cross them over. Okay, so your biceps will touch your head, and then you'll just feel that stretch. Hold it, try and relax, breathe. Cross them over a little bit more. Man. Okay, so now we're going to go into this stretch even further. Now, so we went from the knees to the calves. Now I'm going to slide my hands down my legs, and I'm going to be disciplined now. Everybody wants to touch the toes, and some people can dead easy, okay? But some people can't. I can do it when I'm really flexible, but to start with, I imagine this morning I won't be able to do it. I might get there in a minute. We'll see. Okay, but by keeping your hands flat on there, okay, and being disciplined with it, you're going to get the correct stretch, rather than, you know, kind of doing this and the legs start bending, you're like, oh, I can touch my toes now, but my legs are bent. Okay, so point the toes away, keep your legs nice and straight, slide the hands down, point my toes away. Alright, I'm there now. Yeah. There you get you. Oh. Push into the stretch reflex. Hold it. Touch further. Oh. Again, breathe. Relax. Whoa, so touch more. Slowly come out of that. Oh, yeah. Bring the legs in for me. Just give them a little twist to one side, and then twist over to the other side. Ooh. Good, okay. Excellent. Alright, so come into that strong push-up position now. So core engaged, and then you're just going to drop the hips. Now, if I show you from behind, what I want you to do is I want you to have your toes planted on the floor. Can you see that? So you're like this, feet flat on the floor. So the hips are kind of on the floor, or as close to the floor as you can get them, and you'll feel a nice little back stretch. If you just kind of bring your feet together and bring your belly on the floor, and then come up this way, you'll probably feel it a little bit more. And then what I like to do is I like to look up, so I'm stretching that neck, Okay, sometimes I'll look down and I'll stretch it the other way. Okay, and occasionally I'll turn to the left and then I'll turn to the right. Okay, you've got to be slightly careful with these ones though. You don't hurt your neck. So there's that one that you can come down. There's that one where you come up. There's that one where you can turn to the side. And you can just feel those neck muscles doing their thing. Okay, so come flat, one arm out and then grab the opposite leg. Okay, so this is actually the best way to stretch your quads. I know we do it stood up, okay, but you actually feel the quad stretch on this one. Whereas the other one sometimes you don't really feel it. But this one, I can definitely feel the quad stretching there now. And I just like to rest my head on the floor and just hold the stretch. Again, I'm just pulling so I can feel it just that little bit more. Swap sides for me. Ooh. Oh, same thing. Oh yeah, feel them ones. Oh yeah, gorgeous. Love it. Okay, come on that one. Okay, come back into that push up, and then we're going to do that down dog. Alright, well, what I want you to do is inch your feet in. Now the heels want to come off the ground. I'll show you from the side. So you inchworm yourself in. Heels are off the ground, I'm tucking that head in. Okay, and I'm pushing those heels down, but my heels are not touching the floor. I'm getting a fantastic calf stretch, as well as stretching my shoulders out, my neck out. Okay, and just kind of pulling on that lower back as well. So, best way is to kind of inchworm in. You feel the stretch, tuck the head in, push the heels down, excuse me, hold. Again, find that stretch for me. I think I can go a touch further here. That head in, my feet are still touching the floor. If you find your feet are touching, your heels are touching, just take your feet back a touch, or forward sometimes, just to get that position right. But I can definitely feel that. Oh yeah. Oh, slowly come out of it. Okay, feet together. Should touch my toes dead easy now. Reach down towards your toes, and then because I can touch my toes quite easily, I'm going to try and get those palms on the floor. Okay, if you can get your palms on the floor, then it's a case of getting your head touching your knees. So if I show you from the side, so I'm kind of here, I can do that, that's not really challenging yet, so I'll get here now. Can't quite get my palms on the floor yet, but I might be able to in a minute when that stretch kicks in. You'll see. So hold that. Pushing my head towards my knees. Trying to keep my legs as straight as I can. Oh yeah. Oh, slowly come out of that one. Oh, and then finally, we're going to do the splits. I wish, I wish. So I'm going to try and get those legs nice and wide, okay? So just be sensible on this one, gang. Just take your legs out as far as you possibly can. All right, here we go. And then bring the palm back, and then you're just sitting into it. If I show you from a sideways on, I'll do better. Kind of missing it out. So here we go. Legs are straight. Bring the hands in a little bit. I can feel the stretch now. I'm just holding that there. Holding it. Touch more. sitting my bum back and really feel those hamstrings, adductors pulling, my hip, my ankle. Hold, touch more. Fraction more. Lovely. Ooh, be careful coming out of it. Shuffle his feet in. Ooh. Oh, shake them off. So there's a great little 20-minute stretch workout. And again, you know, you can spend longer in each of those postures. But introducing this into part of your routine, or even making it a session. Okay, so getting rid of perhaps a high intensity workout, if you do lots of high intensity training, getting rid of one of them, because I always say, you know, it's not training quantity that gives you results, it's training quality. So if you're just doing loads and loads of high intensity or loads and loads of strength, sometimes it can actually have an adverse effect. Chucking in, not necessarily easily, because they're not easy, those stretches are quite hard. Putting in a stretching session as part of your weekly routine is definitely a sensible thing. Okay, so well done guys, hope you enjoyed that one. Hopefully everyone's staying safe, and you know, we're slowly but surely we're coming out of this, aren't we? And let's hope somewhere in the future we get back to what was normality. Okay, see you later guys, well done.